Signed NDA attached. 3 words in one email sent from Leslie Kuhn's own work account. That is the sentence that just ended a $2.5 million lawsuit against Howard Stern. A New York judge threw the whole thing out on Wednesday. The entire complaint, gone. Stern's side called it a shakedown, a transparent sham. Their words in their filings. So Howard Stern won. Completely. On paper. Then why does this not feel finished? Stay with me. Because the piece of paper that survived this ruling isn't hers, it's his. Here's why this isn't just a rich guy winning a motion. A woman says she was promised $265,000 and an $80,000 bonus. She says she was fired in February instead, and the document she went to court to destroy is now the thing legally holding her mouth shut. Let's go back. September 2022. Leslie Kuhn starts as an office manager for the Howard Stern Show. Normal job, normal title. January 2024. Per her complaint, she's promoted. Personal executive assistant to Howard Stern. That's the job people fantasize about. Proximity, access, a famous man's calendar. Then May of 2024 happens, and this is where the job stops being a job. Her complaint says she was asked to help run the Sterns' Southampton home. Reporting on the filing puts that estate at 20,000 square feet. She alleges she managed the household staff, payroll, day-to-day operations, and then the part every outlet led with, Beth Stern's at-home cat rescue. Her filing calls it extensive at-home feline rescue and fostering operations. Her own words in that document, irresponsible and untenable. She alleged immense pressures and massively disorganized and questionable business operations and accounting practices. Every one of those is an allegation, and a judge has now dismissed the complaint that contained them. Nobody ruled they were true. Nobody ruled they were false. Hold on to that. It matters at the end, because the thing that made me sit up isn't the cats. It's what she says she wasn't allowed to talk about. Per her complaint, the confidentiality agreement covered the Sterns' daily activities and personal habits. Food preferences, sleeping habits, hobbies, which restaurants they go to, where they travel, what they watch at night. Not business secrets, not contracts, not money, breakfast. Stern's lawyers have an answer for that, and honestly, it's a strong one. Their statement, "We are not going to play this out in public." And the Sterns are entitled to enforce non-disclosure agreements signed by employees who enter their home and their private life. Which is true. If you work inside someone's house, that is genuinely the deal. But sit with the size of it for 1 second. This is a man who built a 4-decade career on other people's private lives, on saying the thing nobody says out loud, live for money. And the paperwork at the middle of this case is about keeping his own breakfast off the record. I'm not saying that's wrong, I'm saying it's the most interesting sentence in the file. Now the money, because the money is the whole engine here. December 2025. Her complaint says a letter arrives. Her annual salary goes to $265,000 for 2026, plus an $80,000 bonus. February. She's out. April 5th, 2026, she files in New York County Supreme Court against Howard Stern, Beth Stern, and their production company, 112. She wants not less than $2.5 million, and she wants the court to void 2 confidentiality agreements, one from 2022, one from May 2025. That second one is where all of it fell apart. Her claim, per the coverage, she never authorized that May 2025 signature. She alleged the electronic signature was applied without her. That's a forgery allegation aimed at a household with a legal team, an enormous swing. And then the email surfaced from her own work account, plain as day. Signed NDA attached. Attached to it, the May 2025 agreement carrying her electronic signature. Judge Melissa A. Crane was not moved. She called the hacking claim a bald assertion. Kuhn's fallback argument, no consideration, that she got nothing in exchange for signing. The court's answer, she kept working for 9 more months. And in that stretch, per the reporting on the ruling, she was paid $272,000, $192,000 in salary, plus that $80,000 bonus. You cannot argue you received nothing while that is landing in your account. The ruling: defendant's motion to dismiss the complaint is granted, and the complaint is dismissed in its entirety. With costs and disbursements to the defendants, the clerk directed to enter judgment. That's not a nudge, that is a door. But we're not done, because Stern's side didn't only defend. They swung. Their filings call the lawsuit a thinly veiled attempted shakedown. They allege she hatched a plan to extract a staggering hush money payment. One filing, reported by Yahoo in July, claims she demanded $1.5 million to stay quiet. That is their allegation. Her side disputes the framing of all of it. On July 24th, Stern's lawyer Andrew Mark Goldsmith emailed her lawyer, John Leonard. He called the NDA claims frivolous. 6 days later, the judge had ended the case. The court declined to sanction her, but it warned against future frivolous arguments. Read that twice, declined to punish her, warned her anyway. Here's who reported what, because 4 outlets carried this inside a single day. Entertainment Weekly: Stern wins the hostile work environment battle against his former assistant. Daily Express US: the legal battle and the dismissal. Female First: the legal victory in the case brought by his assistant. Yahoo: the ruling itself, the judge's exact language, and that one word: moot. TMZ headlined it about as bluntly as it gets. Lawsuit tossed, and from the Sterns, no public interview, filings, and one statement from a lawyer. From Leslie Kuhn in every piece of coverage in front of me. Nothing public since the ruling, no appeal announced, no statement, which is its own kind of loud. So back to what I promised you at the top. Yahoo reported the judge described Kuhn's claims against Stern as moot. Moot is not the same word as false. Moot means the court didn't need to answer. Stern had already agreed not to enforce the 2022 agreement, so that fight evaporated on its own. Which means the workplace allegations were never tested. Not proven, not disproven. They simply stopped being a live question inside that courtroom. And the 2025 NDA, the one she went to court to kill, is upheld. So look at what actually walked out of that building. Her lawsuit, dead. Her $2.5 million claim, dead. The gag she was fighting, alive, valid, enforceable. The clerk is still taxing the cost she owes. The judgment is still being entered. Howard Stern didn't only win a case, he won the silence. That's the part that isn't over. And it's permanent in a way that a verdict never is. So tell me where you land, because I have flipped on this twice today. If you invite staff into your house, do you get to protect your sleeping habits? Genuinely? Maybe yes. Or does a $265,000 promise in December and a firing in February deserve an actual hearing? Both of those can be true at once. That's what makes this one good. Drop it in the comments. Which side of this door are you on? And if her side files an appeal, you already know where you're hearing it first.